In Ohio, former President Trump addressed supporters during a rally for Republican Senate candidate J.D. Vance, during which there were many bizarre moments, including what many observers have noted appears to be echoes of the propaganda put out by adherents of the deranged and occasionally deadly QAnon conspiracy theory. Propaganda that Trump has repeatedly and unequivocally shared in recent weeks on his social media account. CNN's Sarah Seidner joins us now live with more on this. Sarah, can you point to the things that Trump said or did that are linked to the QAnon conspiracy?
Yeah, Jake, this weekend Trump made a very ominous and dark speech about the decline of America. And while doing so, music began playing, and the music sounded exactly like a song called WWG1WGA, where we go one, we go all. It's what that stands for. It's a slogan that was co-opted by QAnon conspiracy theorists and used over and over and over again. For some in the QAnon world, this was another symbol, a wink and a nod to them that Donald Trump is a believer in their outlandish conspiracies. But that pales in comparison to something much more overt that Trump did that indicated a synergy with QAnon. Last Tuesday, Trump used his Truth Social website to repost an image of himself. You see it there. He's wearing a Q lapel pin with the words, "The storm is coming," emblazoned across the bottom there. This is a direct reference to the QAnon conspiracy that Trump is going to return to power and get rid of his opponents by jailing or executing them. Some QAnon believers say that Trump's Democratic opponents are evil, that they drink the blood of children, and that they are part of a shadowy cabal of pedophiles, all of which is hogwash. But the belief has created a large enough following of people who are motivated enough to make waves politically, and it appears that Donald Trump wants to engage them. These are not at all the first links that Donald Trump has made with QAnon, but this past week have been the most overt. We were able to speak to a Trump spokesperson who responded to questions about the song that was played, saying it was not a QAnon song at all, but a song called Mirror, and then said this, that the fake news is a pathetic attempt to create controversy and divide America, and is brewing up another conspiracy about a royalty-free song from a popular audio library platform. Now, the way that Media Matters, a group which tracks right-wing political extremists in media, says Trump has posted or reposted more than 100 messages linked to QAnon since the beginning of the year, Jake.
It's unsettling because people who believe in this insane theory have actually taken the law into their own hands and killed individuals. What is the danger of a president engaging and winking and nodding with this group of conspiracy theorists, but beyond just the sheer madness of what they believe?
Yeah, it's a really good point that needs to be made. And in June, CNN reported that the FBI warned lawmakers that online QAnon conspiracy theorists may carry out more acts of violence as they move from serving as what they call themselves digital soldiers to taking action in the real world, violent action. The report suggests the failure of QAnon predictions to materialize has not led to followers leaving and abandoning their conspiracy theories. Instead, there's a belief that individuals need to take a greater control of the direction of the movement than ever before, and the FBI thinks that may lead to more violence, Jake.
Insane. Sarah Seidner, thanks so much. Appreciate it.